Morning friends, this side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer Treasury Consulting and also a venture capitalist. Now first of all, my humble apologies that in the last 3 weeks we were not been able to shoot any videos on the YouTube. Actually, as you know that we launched our hedge fund and God willing the hedge fund of the company is doing pretty well. The title of the hedge fund is Treasury Consulting Capital and Portfolios. It is already linked with fixedincome.global and I'm very pleased to announce that fixedincome.global is now amongst 700,000 websites of the globe as per Alexa. And the Indian rank of fixedincome.global, which is our fixed income platform, is around 53,000. So we are amongst top 53 websites of India. I think God knows how many websites we have in India, millions and millions, and out of these millions and millions, we ranked in the top 53,000. Apart from that, you know that we are working on our app. So our app is almost ready and launching by 20th of June. So the slot or the chronology of the app would be like that. On the 20th of June, we would be launching the app on iTunes. Followed by, in the last week of June, we would be launching on Android phones, which includes Samsung and multiple Android phones. And then by end of July, we would be launching the desktop version of the app. It would be like YouTube. Like YouTube can be seen from an app or it can be seen from the desktop. So we would be launching the desktop version of the app. And around by end of August or mid of September, we would be launching the iPad version of the app, so that all the American and the European bankers, they can see from iPad. And if everything will go well, which we are very hopeful that by end of December, we would be launching our own YouTube channel. Of course, Treasury Consulting would continue to be on the YouTube, but we would be launching our own YouTube channel whereby we are getting the facility of uploading videos up to 100 GB. So once the app would come, we would be start competing with the TikTok. And now, as you know that in the earlier video we already announced that Treasury Consulting Group, one of the domains which is Sheetal Academy, we already launched our Nifty and Bank Nifty school. And every day at the end of the working day, we would be uploading a video of Nifty and Bank Nifty on our YouTube channel. Rest assured. Now let's talk today. Today we're going to speak about something which I projected in 2018. Not only in Indian office but also in the Singapore office. You can check on the YouTube. I don't know how many people dare to come out with a video that SoftBank crash. We dare to come out with a video that SoftBank crash, and we did that. SoftBank results are rest before us. We know that SoftBank lost around $17.7 billion in the Vision Fund first, and there is hardly any probability that Vision Fund second will come into the public domain. That is also a fact. In fact, now the biggest question before SoftBank is that whether the Vision Fund 1 would sustain or not. That is more important question. But if we look at the chronology or the sequencing, then just couple of days before the SoftBank collapse, Zomato fired around 500 people out of its workforce. And this was not the last time when the Zomato fires. Zomato did this earlier also. Immediately after the SoftBank, it was Swiggy who fired 1100 people out of the workforce, followed by Ola, which fired around 1400 people out of the workforce, and Uber, who did 2 times, I think 2001 first time and 3000 second time. So collectively more than 5000. I do not want to tell you that how much funding these startups got, because everyone know how much funding these startups got. But our prediction about this startup is getting successful. But the question do not end here. The question is that almost all startups are India are firing people. almost all startup. In fact, today while reading newspaper, I got to know that Magic Bricks, who claims to be one of the website wherein people saw home, rent home and multiple stuff, they asked around 250 people to step down, and the same newspaper suggested that few people not even got the severance pay irrespective of the 30-day notice period. This got published in media, and 250 something number also got published in media. I don't know what is the reality. In fact, there are many reports that are coming out that of India Bulls also, whereby in Prime Minister Relief Fund they donated about 21 something crore, and at a given point of time they sat 2000 plus jobs. And more importantly, reports are coming out of three groups also, which is Emirates, a leading aviation player of the globe, who is cutting 30,000 jobs. Nissan Motors, one of the leading automobile player of the globe, 20,000, and Rolls-Royce, no introduction required of Rolls-Royce, around 9,000 jobs. One of the data that published on 18th May 2020 in Live Mint suggests that around 400 startups since 11th March 2020 fired approximately 41,000 jobs, which means that 400 startups fired 41,000 jobs. On an average, every startup fired 100 jobs. There are millions and millions of startups we have in India, and everyone is firing, and you will never get to know about an exact number. So I always believe that, in fact, can challenge the media that the number which is coming in the public domain is never be the right number. It is always understated by many times. In fact, I might not be surprised that if this number is understated even by 25% or to 30%, to be honest. But the big question remains intact. Are these startups taking an excuse of coronavirus? Because they got billions of dollars of funding. And in India, if you talk about an Indian context, the lockdown is hardly 2 months. Hardly 2 months. What I mean to say is that if you've not been able to sustain your workforce even in the 2 months of the lockdown, then does that mean that the billions and billions of the funding you got and so many billions of valuation you are sitting is this useless? I don't want it to enter into the combined valuation of Swiggy plus Ola plus Zomato plus Uber. If I end up the total valuation of all these, that would be in the OYO, that would be in the several billion dollars. Now, what about these? What about this valuation? I hardly heard that Microsoft, Facebook, Google, Accenture, they fired people. They're not. In fact, when today I was reading newspaper, I got to know that Facebook is making its capacity, basically the offices, the facilities, in such a way that it can occupy only 20% of the staff. It raises a question to me that is Facebook is coming towards a model of work from home? I don't know, only the time will tell. But one of the important things that COVID-19 did to this world is that many leading technological giants, including Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Google, who were earlier reluctant to think about work from home, now they're thinking that work from home is definitely a grand success. And God knows the total quantum of the facilities they operate now may be reduced to 50% once this pandemic go. But this pandemic will take definitely 2 years, that's for sure. Because we all understand that, first of all, there is no vaccination that is available in the globe right now. That is a different thing that one American company came in public domain and said that the vaccination is positive or the trials are positive, but day later of that announcement, in fact the Dow Jones lifted by 1,000 points only because of that announcement. The day after that announcement, the CEO of that pharmaceutical company comes in public domain and said that the third version of the trials on human being that start in July, which is precisely 2.5 months from now. So after 2.5 months, the third trial will start. and I just wish that third trial should be pretty good trial, and then this will go for approval in the respective to the respective authorities like US FDA, maybe World Health Organization. I am not a doctor, so I am guessing they are the approving authorities for that. Then they will approve this, and then the biggest problem will come is the supply chain, because this problem, the coronavirus, is everywhere across the globe. There is no country which is spared. So you need a big supply chain, supply line to produce, I think, several billion vaccines. And then the problem is this supply chain needs to distribute these vaccines to the different countries, each and every corner of that country, which takes so much time. So much time. And of course, we cannot deny the fact that the role of the individual government in that country would be very crucial. So that pharmaceutical company or that supply chain might not be able to do 100% until the government of that country is with them. So to me, this pandemic will definitely take 2 years. I really don't think that this pandemic is going away even by December. In fact, the leading technological giants also said that they are ready for their employees to work from home by December. So directly or indirectly, they are giving an indication that this pandemic at least here to stay till December. It means that if I take all these information into one basket or collate that information, it means that the Indian startups, those who are sitting on the paper valuation like Ola, Uber, Swiggy, Zomato, Lenskart and many, are they moving towards bust? Example, let's go towards a startup which is Book My Show. We all know that what is the scene of multiplex. And I hardly doubt any state government in India is in a position, and especially Maharashtra, who can give yes or green sign to these multiplexes to open. In fact, today when I was reading to the news, I got to know that different states of India are having different norms as far as the domestic flights are concerned. Example, few states are putting up a condition of the quarantine, which is 14-day quarantine to the people who travel from air. So there are a lot of ambiguous signals which are coming, and it is very difficult for an analyst to predict that which signal is right and which one is ambiguous. We do not know. We do not know. But in all these conditions, one thing which is short that no state government is definitely in a position to give green signal to multiplexes. So the startups like Book My Show, and there are multiple startups like that, how they would be sustaining? Because Book My Show only sustain when I wanted to have a movie and I wanted to book that movie online. How these startups would be sustaining? Example, Make My Trip. Why Book My Show? Make My Trip. Make My Trip is completely dependent on hospitality industry. And like when I go to Singapore, I always book my hotel from Make My Trip and I get discount also. But now thousands and thousands of people cannot travel. Now how the people do the booking in Make My Trip? You cannot book your trip. And if you cannot book your trip, it means that the revenue which Make My Trip, Book My Show or all such startups get, the revenue is absolutely zero. While the facility cost and everything is on your head. Because you have maintained big servers, big website, hosting cost, employee cost, facility cost, depreciation, amortization, all these costs are definitely with you. Now the biggest question is that if I compare this with the collated information, then the biggest question will come, can Indian startups in a position to stay afloat for another 1 year? Because SoftBank is gone now. SoftBank is gone. SoftBank CEO himself acknowledged in his Japanese vernacular, which further converted into English by various analysts, is that he made bad decision. And by the way, WeWork was not the only bad decision he made. And WeWork raised a very important question which unfortunately most of the people do not want it to raise, that how these private market computes valuation. We don't know how these private market compute valuation. Because at a given point of time, the WeWork was valued $47 billion. and Uber was valued $100 billion. Just before Uber went public, few weeks before that, Uber was valued $100 billion. And I was surprised that what is the business model that Uber valued over $100 billion? God knows you are into huge losses. What made you value over $100 billion? It means that if Uber valuation is 100 billion, then Apple valuation is 500 trillion, because Apple is a profitable company. This iPhone which Apple make or any other product which Apple make, it's all profitable. They are in profit, and Apple is sitting on over $250 billion of free cash, which they themselves do not know that where they would be spending, because every product they sell is in profit. It means that if a loss-making company Uber is valued at 100 billion just before IPO, it means that Apple, who is already a listed company, should have been valued 500 trillion. It means that how accurate are these private valuation? That is also a question. And by the way, I know that the media is paid, incompetent or sold, or maybe all. Nobody raised a question about the paper valuation of the startup. In fact, guys, you would be surprised to know that the CEO of the SoftBank himself acknowledged that 15 startups. So if I'm not mistaken, around 88 different companies he invested in the your Vision Fund 1, which tantamount to around $100 billion. He himself acknowledged that 15 unicorns, in fact I mistake, 15 unicorns is going to be shut due to this coronavirus. Come on guys, Unicorn is a company whose market value is over $1 billion. You mean to say a $1 billion company cannot withstand this crisis? Then how did you compute this $1 billion? To collate all this information, one thing which is very clear, that India as a country is not facing the problem of Chinese coronavirus alone. Definitely the problem before the Prime Minister, sir, is to handle the coronavirus, and he is trying hard to handle it, but the gravity of the problem is too much. So the best wishes to him. And secondly, the bailout package which the government said, and of course we're going to have a dedicated video in that regard, which tantamount to 10% of the GDP, but the fiscal part of that is less than 1% of the GDP. So that also raises a lot of question about the the future of India. And the last but not the least, the Goldman prediction. Goldman said that in the June quarter, Indian GDP is going to be contracted by 45%. God knows how come Goldman got 45%, but if Goldman 45% prediction turned true, it means that Goldman wanted to convey a message that in the June quarter, as and when the GDP numbers would come, by the way, it is end of May, we are in the mid of May, and the March GDP numbers are yet to come for India. So Goldman wanted to say that as and when the June numbers will come, the GDP would contract by 45%. It may not last sounding astounding to me, because US contracted by around 5%, France contracted by around 5.8%, Eurozone as a whole contracted by 3.32%, Singapore contracted by 10.6%, Hong Kong contracted by 9%. So if India will also contract, that is not a surprise to me. Job losses are continuing in India, that we all know. Private sector is cutting job at a faster pace. In fact, NESCOM made it very clear few days ago in the paper that if this global situation do not improve, then Indian IT companies would restore the job cuts. By the way, I think that the NESCOM do not have the surplus money to buy newspaper, because Indian IT companies are already firing. Before Chinese coronavirus, Cognizant was firing like, there is no business for Cognizant. Come on, NESCOM, Cognizant was firing even before Chinese, even when no one was aware that issue like Chinese coronavirus is on the way. So this is quite surprising and a kind of, illogical statement by NESCOM that, the Indian IT company was restored to the firing. So they are already firing. The latest problem that is adding in the kitty of India is that if the Indian startup story which our media galvanize in such a way that Indian startup one day would be Google, Microsoft, Apple and Facebook, maybe more than them, is vanishing at a faster pace. And this is what we predicted in 2018. Lot of people laughed on us in Singapore. They are either jobless or they are sitting idle. Indian startup story is coming to an end, and God forbid if the prediction of Chinese coronavirus to be with us for another 2 years turned successful, then I think millions of startups would collapse, and that too within December, by December. So guys, the situation is pretty tough. Situation is, to me, outside the control. And I really don't think that the venture capitalists are in a situation along with private equity players to come forward and assist these startups, because these startups are relying only on the funding model. And guys, by the way, you do not know that, in fact, I also do not know that the companies like Bounce and all, those who are based upon the transportation model, whether it is a scooty or it's a bicycle or it's a electronic auto, electronic scooty, how fair are they working nowadays? And guys, what about Udaan, an e-commerce setup? And guys, what about many startups, those who got millions of funding? Once this picture is clear, once we get the whole data in the public domain, then you realize my point that what I predicted in 2018 was right. And I'm telling you that SoftBank collapse is very near. And the private market valuation is, collapse of the private market valuations are also very near. So please be careful, guys. Please be careful. Don't live in the world of euphoria. Live in the world of practicality. I hope I have conveyed my message in the rightest way, because now I'm back on YouTube. Because my app work is more or less over. 20th June app is coming. Then Treasury Consulting would be very proud company, a successful cash rich company. No venture capitalist on the board, no private equity on the board, our own app, own hedge fund, fixed income platform which ranks 700k by Alexa, which is who is an Amazon company, and everything. Without having any venture capitalists on the board, we would have our app by 20th of June. And guys, take my words that today there is no treasury platform we have, video based. In fact, if you open YouTube, there are almost all kind of videos you have songs, movies and everything. But our platform is only treasury and financial markets. So whenever you open this platform, you will get hell lot of information about that. That's my assurance. In case you need anything from our paid trading groups, you're always welcome to WhatsApp me 9899242978. Just to let you know, I am back on YouTube, and now every day Nifty and Bank Nifty. And next time we will cover negative put and negative call. Have a great day, and don't forget to visit our fixed income platform www.fixedincome.global. Talk soon. At onset, we thank you very much for watching this video. The purpose of the Treasury Consulting Group YouTube channel is to spare a lot of knowledge, and that too practical knowledge, in the public domain. We feel that the current education system in majority of the countries of the globe believes in degree, but we believes in knowledge. People often ask what Treasury Consulting does. Treasury Consulting is a Singapore multinational headquartered group wherein we currently have 3 legal entities, which is Singapore, India and Hong Kong. Eventually in this year we are planning a British entity and 2 OBRs, which is Overseas Bank Representative, which one in Germany, one in Greece, tentatively. On knowledge front, we do offer a lot of stuff. We are having our fixed income platform www.fixedincome.global. wherein around 62 plus live trading desks are there. And by December 2021, which is approximately 2 years from here, in a phased manner, about 100 plus, which is about 38 more will come. So in another 2 years, around 100 plus desks would be live. We do have around 200 plus training courses covering various topics which are available live on our fixed income platform. Currently we offer in 5 parts, which is functional trainings, forensic trainings, regulatory trainings, information technology trainings and technological trainings. More trainings are coming. Apart from that, we do offer MTM desk, which is mark to market of derivative, consultancy, project implementation, treasury management system, almost everything which we are coming, and more product domains are coming. On a knowledge basis, Treasury Consulting hold our Hedge Fund Academy, which is 182nd platform. We hold our Audiobook Academy, which is known as Audiobook. We are coming up with our OTT platform, which is over the top, which we titled as TRFX. And it would be completely different than we have Amazon and Netflix due respect to both companies. Our investment bank, hedge fund, it is also coming. More importantly, we operate 44 plus WhatsApp groups, and where we cover the books, the magazines, the bank research reports, I would say the GST, the corporate finance, the educational videos, the treasury, derivative, financial markets, synthetic derivative and whatnot. All these 44 WhatsApp group are linked with the thread. So if a member of one group wanted to join another group, he can freely join that group. There is no. We do operate almost daily derivative email. You are welcome to join our group, but once again this group is subject to invitation and we will see your profile, we scrutinize your profile. So it is not for all, it is based upon the people, those who hold good profile. But if you have a fire in you and we see that you wanted to learn something different, we will definitely give you an opportunity to join. More importantly, my mobile numbers, which is +91 9899 242 978. My alternate number +91 9818 485 155. Both are in the public domain. They both are on WhatsApp. You are welcome to WhatsApp me at any point of time. Do not forget that we are the only platform when it comes to private placement, and there are so many things we are offering in private placement and many things which we are adding. Overall, Treasury Consulting is currently a Singapore multinational headquarter group, which would soon be London headquartered group, and Singapore would be Southeast Asia headquarter for Treasury Consulting. Our fixed income platform www.fixedincome.global cover a lot of information. We once again thank you very much for watching our videos, and we assure you that our both YouTube channels, which is Foreign Exchange Maverick Thinkers and which is Treasury X, and our TikTok channel would continue to grow. We are expecting around 6,000 plus videos only in 2020 and around 5,000 plus videos next year onwards on YouTube. And God willing, by 2020 December, we would be crossing hell lot of videos. Have a great time, and we once again thank you very much. And our ambition of becoming or serving you or giving you a knowledge which books even do not give would continue. Have a great time.